So during the dinner, when Gavin and Kenny ask Amanda, like, what have you done to help the relationship? And she's like aghast. And Lindsay's like, what do you mean? He cheats on her all the time or whatever. But what do you do for the relationship? Because sitting there and saying, well, I've put up with his cheating and I put up with him staying out all night and I put up with him, doing his own thing. Nobody asked you to put up with it. And in fact, that's a very passive way to be in a relationship. And this isn't oh, you married an asshole, you should have just chosen a better man, you should have made a better choice. Because this was her intentional choice. From the beginning, he has always cheated on her. As long as we've known Kyle and Amanda, he's not been faithful. He's always been a party boy. He's always drank too much. All of these red flags that were glaring 10 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, like she can say like, oh, that was 10 years ago. I thought he would change, but you saw that he didn't. You saw that he didn't. And in fact, you chose to stay with him because, at the very least, you'd be able to just sit back and be the long suffering girlfriend, and not have to do anything because you're sitting there putting up with it. That's your contribution. I'm going to sit here and put up with it. That's not a contribution to the relationship, because as far as we know, and only what we know, I don't know what other contributions she did to the home. Certainly not cleaning, certainly not paying the bills. I think Kyle said he even paid her taxes. She hasn't been in love with Loverboy. She hasn't been involved with Loverboy in quite some time. I know she did do some creative director stuff, but she even stepped away from that because Kyle even had to answer her emails. So she's just leaning on the fact that he has this party lifestyle that she doesn't approve of so that she can sit there and do nothing. And that's not a relationship. That's zero contribution. That's you being exactly where you want to be so that you can make the least amount of effort possible. And that's not fair to the partner. That's not fair to the partnership. You could have left. If that was so hard on you that you had to put up with it and it was so traumatic, you should have left. Or you should have taken the opportunity to go to therapy, which I believe she had refused in the past. This is like their last ditch effort and they had like already split up. Go to therapy, create the boundary. Okay, what do you need from me in this relationship? Oh, I need you to stop going out late at night. I need you to focus on our marriage. And once you're done with work, you need to set a boundary and clock out so that we can have an actual relationship in the home. And Kyle can turn around to her and say what he needs. And you guys can set those boundaries. And the minute those boundaries are crossed or not met, then decisions need to be made. But saying like I sit here and I put up with it and I yell at him back and forth and I make him feel like shit so that he can come back and apologize, and there's that cycle, but there's nothing being contributed to the actual relationship. There are two people putting up with each other. That's not a relationship. And I know like we know people like this in our personal lives where it's like, well, I'm the long-suffering partner of this partner that's always cheating, or I'm the long-suffering partner and I just put up with them spending our money, and your contribution is nothing. Oh, there goes my light. But putting up with it, and that's not enough. When someone asks you, what do you contribute to this marriage? Putting up with your partner is not the answer. It's not a solution. So